Hi Stitchy friends, welcome back to Stitchy Sarah Reads. If this is your first time joining me, welcome, I'm glad you're here. If you've watched my Flosstube before and you're back for more, thanks for coming, I'm glad you're here. So as I mentioned, Stitchy Sarah Reads, you can find me at the same name on Instagram. Make sure you do Sarah with an H, all one word. So come find me, we can connect on Instagram. I love talking to other cross stitchers and seeing what you're stitching and just being part of the cross stitching community. So hi. Okay, so it's been quite a while since I filmed my last video. It's been about 3 weeks. August has been a very busy month for me. We recently took our kids to back to school. My daughter, we had to take her up to Brooklyn. We live in Ohio. We took her up to Brooklyn to move into her first apartment. She and some of her school friends are living in an apartment off campus. She goes to Pratt Institute for Fashion Design. So it's mildly terrifying to take your child and leave her in the big city when you're not from a big city. She was the first person to move into the apartment, so I was a little scared about her living there by herself. So, but she's doing fine, as I knew she would. But I'm a mom, I worry. So, and I watch way too many listen to too many true crime podcasts, so that's not helpful. So she's at school. She's been there since August 7th. Then we moved my son into his dorm last weekend. He's a lot closer to home, thank goodness. He's at Columbus College of Art and Design. He is studying illustration. He's feeling a little homesick. He's feeling a little nervous about school. So, you know, send him some good vibes if you don't mind. But he'll be fine. He starts classes on Monday. So I'm hoping once he gets to meet more people and gets into a routine with school, that he'll start to feel a little more comfortable and a little happier there. So yeah, hopefully that'll happen. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday, her 21st birthday. Happy birthday, Maggie. She probably does not watch this, but in case she does, she'll see that. So yeah, we celebrated her birthday before she left, but hopefully she and her friends have a happy and safe time. So yeah, that's what's been going on around here. I did go back to school myself. I am a teacher. I teach 4th grade. So I just finished up day 7 with students. So here we are. It's been a pretty good start to the school year. My class is a really nice group of kids. It's nice to get to know them. And I'm just hoping for a very, very safe and healthy and happy school year, and starting off on a positive note so far. So can't ask for more than that. So I've been very busy with all of those things, which is why I haven't been on here. So sorry for the long wait. I know you guys were waiting with bated breath for me to come back, right? Okay. Anyway, I know one reason you might be excited to see me again is because I am doing a giveaway. I promised when I reached 1,000 subscribers that I would do a giveaway. My mom, if you haven't been here before, my mom makes project bags. She and my sister have an Etsy shop called Painted Leaf Company, where they sell plants and project bags and other stuff, so go check them out. But my mom was so generous to make and donate 2 beautiful project bags. I'll show you the backs, for me to give away on my channel. So thank you, Mom. I have picked the winners. I will be announcing the winners at the end of my video. So you're gonna have to watch all of this to find out who wins. Or you could fast forward, I guess. I'll never know, right? Anyway, so that's that. Real quick, before I get into the stitching stuff, by the way, I did not mention, hopefully you figured it out from my from my Flosstube name, this is a channel about cross stitch. I think Stitchy Sarah Reads might have given that away. So that's what I do here. I talk about cross stitch. But before I do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about Flosstube. So my friend Jen and I started a Stitchy Club in our neighborhood. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My dog is walking all over my stuff. Please stop. Okay, he's not stopping. All right, I'm gonna pretend he's not here. We started a Stitchy Club in our neighborhood as a way to get to know some neighbors and get to know if there's any people in our neighborhood who cross-stitch. There were a couple, which was awesome. And it's been a fun thing. We just started a few months ago, so it's been a fun experience. But we just had Stitchy Club on Thursday night, and my friend Jen told everybody that I have a Flosstube. And most of them were like, what's Flosstube? And so like trying to explain Flosstube to someone who may not be as into stitching as probably most of us are, because I'm assuming if you're here watching me, you're probably as obsessed with cross stitch as I am. But trying to explain that to someone who isn't familiar with Flosstube was a little tricky. So I was like, well, Flosstube is a place where stitchers share the things they're stitching. It's a great place to like get inspiration for projects you might want to start. It's a great place to be introduced to new designers that you've never stitched before. I've learned a lot of great tips and tricks for cross stitching on Flosstube. But for me in particular, Flosstube has been a place that's really challenged me to get outside my comfort zone as a stitcher. I've been stitching since I was a little kid, and I'm a very seasoned stitcher, just meaning I'm old. So I've been doing it for a long time, but I am not a very like risky stitcher. And I've mentioned this before, I'm not a person who typically like will go with a really bold fabric choice. I'm not a person who feels entirely comfortable changing my floss colors. Like I'm like, okay, the designer stitched it like this, they wanted it like this, I'm gonna leave it like that because they know what they're doing, right? But then I watch Flosstube and I see all these people who are like, oh, I decided to stitch it on this fabric, or I decided to just change the whole color palette. And I'm always amazed by people who can just do that. And so for me, Flosstube has been just that place that's just kind of like nudging me out of my comfort zone. And so I like it. I like feeling that creativity being inspired inside of me. And so I hope you can't hear my dog ringing the bells. Just a disclaimer to anybody out there who's watching me. My dog already went to the bathroom, so you don't need to feel sorry for him that he's ringing the bells. He's just ringing the bells because my husband is outside mowing the grass, and so he wants to go hang out outside. Don't come at me because you think I'm not letting my dog outside to use the bathroom. Just saying it because it's happened. Anyway, moving on. So I'm gonna go ahead anyway and get started with my haul. I've been ordering some things, doing a little retail therapy to help cheer myself up since my children are no longer home. So I'm gonna start. Please don't step on my stuff. Excuse me. Oh my God. Here, since he's here, I'll show you. I hope he doesn't bite me. This is Toby. He's my old dog. He's my 11-year-old rat terrier. He's been part of our family for a very long time. He's my little old man. His breath is rancid. He doesn't usually come downstairs very often, but he's here. He wants attention. It's because my kids are no longer home, so he's just kind of like, he's feeling a little lost right now. But here he is. You've never met him. There he is. He's my handsome old man. Okay, can you go play for now? Okay, bye. Or not. Okay. Speaking of dogs, excuse me. Speaking of dogs, I got my little friend Daisy here too. You gotta say hi to her. Hello. She always sits in my lap when I do these videos, so she's always close by. Mwah. I can't kiss Toby because sometimes he will bite me because he's a grumpy old man. Anyway, there's my dogs. Moving on. I want to start with my haul, show you some things I've been buying lately. So let's start with fabrics. So I am a part of Jody's Fabric of the Month Club. I'm talking about Jody from Steel City Stitchers. She is a fabric dyer. Her fabrics are amazing. They're bold, they're bright, they're colorful, and you never know what you're gonna get. So every month when you get that package from her, It's like a surprise. Oh, I just showed you. So I'm always super excited to see what she sent me every month. And you get 2 pieces. So I always choose, I get 36 count linen. So here's my first one. I love it. It's very bold. It's actually looking a little bit washed out. It's a lot bolder and brighter than this, but it's super pretty. I love it. I love the modeling. And I'm thinking maybe like a summery pattern would look cool on this. So I might be saving this until I'm back around to stitching summer again, or like a bright spring piece, who knows. I also got this fabric from Jody, which I love. I think it's probably my favorite one she's sent me so far. And I have a fun plan for this one. I'll show you in a little bit. I love it. I love all those greens. I love the modeling. So those were my August fabric of the month from Jody. And I got another piece of fabric from Bestitch Me. This was a Friday night fight night that she does on her Facebook page. It is a 32 count linen. It doesn't have a name, but I love it. I'm getting all the fall vibes from this. So I'm just searching for a special something to stitch on here. I have an idea, but I'm not positive. If I decide to stitch something on this, I'll keep you updated. All right. I also saw on Instagram, Fire Poppies said that they had some XJU design fabrics in stock. So I had to go snatch those up. I've never stitched on XJU design, so I was totally excited to get some. This one is a 36 count linen called Deep Sea Green. I love it. It's gorgeous. And I got another 36 count linen from XJU Design. This one is called Early Halloween. I love it. Look at the like yellows and browns and grays. Oh, perfect. I know, I'm pretty sure that Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives, I'm pretty sure she's stitching her Hawk Run Hollow, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow on a piece of this fabric. It is stunning. So I cannot wait to find something to stitch on that. So that's the fabric I've gotten recently. I also got some patterns. I ordered this one. This is Sleepy Hollow from Liz Mathews. I've had my eye on this one for quite a while. I love it. I love that tree. I love those grumpy pumpkins and the owls and the bats. I mean, this one just screams Halloween in your face. So here's a funny, I don't know about it's funny, but here's a story for you. I had just kitted this up on Thursday, and I found a nice neutral fabric that was similar to the one this is stitched on. I pulled out all the called for DMCs. I was like, cool, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to stitch this. And then I watched the latest episode of Steel City Stitchers, and Kristen from Steel City Stitchers is stitching this. But is she stitching it on a neutral? Of course not. She's stitching it, in fact, hold up. She's stitching it on something that looks very similar to my new XJU Design fabric. She's stitching on something that's similar to this, which blew my mind. Hold up. I was like, what the heck? I would have never thought to stitch this on something that resembles this. It wasn't exactly this fabric. It was probably something that Jody dyed, but it was stunning. Her stitching just popped right off that fabric. It was gorgeous. And then I went back upstairs after the video and I was like, oh, I don't want to stitch it on a neutral anymore. That's kind of boring. So I was looking back at my fabrics, and that one that Jody sent me, this one, I think would be perfect. I think it would be really pretty. So I'm gonna stitch it on this and we'll see how it goes. So, you know how I mentioned earlier how Flosstube really gets me out of my comfort zone? Well, here I am. Because I would have never, ever in a million years, like, picked this out and said, okay, this will be good. Never. But after seeing Kristen's I decided to go for it. I decided to try something that I wouldn't normally do, and I'm gonna go for it. So thank you, Kristen, for inspiring me to think outside the box, because I want mine to look as good as yours, because yours looks amazing. So I cannot wait to start this. It's gonna happen maybe today. It's gonna be awesome. So hopefully I'll have some progress to show you when I come back in 2 weeks on my next video. Okay, another pattern that I got. Now I got these two as a thank you gift. Yeah, I can tell you. I got these as a thank you gift from Liz Mathews. Hello from Liz Mathews, for a little something that I helped her with that I'll tell you about in a minute. But she was so generous to offer me a couple of patterns from her collection as a thank you. So I told her, I was like, oh, I would love either Quaker pumpkins or butterfly clothes. She sent me both. Thank you, Liz. I love them. Oh my gosh. I've seen this one stitched up so many times on Instagram. I'm dying to stitch it myself. It is gorgeous. And this one I've seen stitched up so many times. In fact, my friend Milka from Mega Stitches, go check her out on Flosstube and Instagram, she's stitching this right now. And I was telling her how beautiful it was the other day and how I want to stitch it. And she was like, you should join me. So guess what, Milka? I'm going to join you. I got to kit it up first. Thank you, Liz. I love them. I can't wait to stitch them. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. So I have those. And another thing I wanted to show you, got my most recent issue of Just Cross Stitch. These magazines are kind of hit and miss with me sometimes, but sometimes they got some really good stuff in them. So like this month. This month they got a witchy stitcher design. Oh my gosh. Can you even with this cat? Look at his candy corn hat. Look at his little teal aquamarine bow tie, whatever color that is. Look at that bat up there. I mean, shut up. Those little striped socks, come on. Or leggings or whatever the heck those are. I love him so much. I need to stitch him now. Love it. So he's in the new Just Cross Stitch magazine. Check it out. Okay, cool. So that was not all of my haul. I forgot something else. Full disclaimer, this is my second time filming this video. I filmed the whole thing and I was not impressed with myself, so I decided to film it again. Hopefully one of these will be worth putting up, so we'll see. Okay, so I did get one more thing. I was enabled by Liz Mathews and Steph Schaffner from Just Keep Stitching. And if you've been watching those two ladies at all, you know they're all into the stickers and the planners. I'm not a planner person. I suck at keeping up with a planner, but I just love seeing their layouts and their book of days. So I wanted to give it a try. I did not purchase a book of days. I just went ahead and purchased a planner at Michael's. They were on sale and I had like some reward dollars. So I thought I would just purchase just a regular planner. I got this one from Recollections. It's got this bee on it. And it's just got like some just basic, you know, monthly layouts. I haven't put anything in here yet, so don't get too excited. But just regular monthly layouts. And then just like pages where you could, you know, write down things for each day and stuff. So I'd like to give it a try. I even bought some stickers. I just got like a little sticker booklet from Michael's as well, again from Recollections. This is the fall and winter collection. And it's got some really cute stickers in it. So I thought I'd give it a try. I thought maybe I would start off by just like keeping track of what whips I touch each day. So I know the last time I went into keepsakes with my friend Jen, we saw Steph there, and she was telling Jen about how she color codes her whips and uses that to help her keep track of, you know, what she's working on throughout the month. So I think I'm going to give that a try. So I'll keep you updated. I know Steph talks about her sticker obsession on their channel, Just Keep Stitching. She's got a little section called Stickers with Steph Stickers, something like that. And Liz just created an Instagram where she talks about her stickers. So I forget what her Instagram is called, but I will link it below so you can go check her out too. Okay, awesome. Let's move right into finishes. Before I show you anything new, I wanted to pull this back out. Now, I had showed this a couple videos ago, and I asked for some feedback, and boy, did I get it. And then I forgot to give you guys an update on what the feedback was. Sorry. I had asked if you guys liked my finish as is. Oh, by the way, this is the Frosted Pumpkins Christmas Celebration Sampler. So I just wanted to know, do you guys like the finish as is, or do you think it needs a little more embellishment? I was thinking maybe like a bow or something, and you guys spoke. I heard you loud and clear. Most of you were like, no way, no bow, leave it as is, it looks great. And I agree. I'm not a very fussy finisher, so I actually like it like this, but I didn't know if it looked like too sparse. So it felt nice to hear you guys say, no, we like it like this. So it's staying like this. I love it. So thank you for giving me some feedback on that. I appreciate it. All right, so moving into finishes, I don't have a whole lot. I did work on the Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds. I didn't stitch all of them, but I stitched this little one here, the little, oh, excuse me, the little goldfinches. I stitched that up for my dad and his wife, Anne, as a little token of thanks. They let us borrow their truck to move our kids to their respective schools and apartments and dorms. And so I wanted to just give them a little thank you. We did give them a little gift card to go out to eat. But I stitched this little thing up for them, the little goldfinches. Just put it in this little like frame thing. And I hope they like it. It's stitched on, I believe it's a Witchelt fabric. I'm pretty sure it's a 32 count. And I think the color is like Mediterranean Sea or Mediterranean Blue. But there it is. I hope they like it. It was just a simple, easy little stitch. They love birds. They have lots of bird feeders out back. They're always watching the birds. So hopefully they'll enjoy this. Okay. Before I show you, sorry, I got some dog fur on my finish. Before I show you like the grand finale of finishes here. Sorry, that sounds like really exciting. I mean, it is exciting. Anyway, before I show you that, I'm gonna show you a couple of older finishes of mine. I was watching, the other day I was watching the Soda Stitcher, Soda like Minnesota. I was watching Shannon Bromo, and she likes to show like older cross stitch magazines. She'll do like a little flip through and show you like what kind of patterns were in there, or like older like cross stitch books and show you what patterns were in there. And I almost died because she pulled out this magazine in her last video. This magazine is from October of 1996. I've had it for a very, very long time. I have quite a collection of old cross stitch magazines. I used to subscribe to all of them. And she pulled this out and she was showing some of the charts in it. And one of the charts she showed was this. It's called Harvest Witch, and it's designed by Lori Birmingham. And I almost died because I stitched this a long time ago, like 20 something years ago. And I still have it, and I still put it out sometimes for Halloween. So I went down to my basement today because I went to get all my fall and Halloween decorating stuff, and I wanted to show it to you guys. So there's the pattern. And here's mine. Doesn't look too bad for like 20 something years, right? Yeah, so I stitched this a long, long time ago, and my mom turned it into like a wall hanging for me because I did not sew at all back then. So yeah, it's just a simple wall hanging. I love this. It's still very vibrant. I love the very bright orange color in the pumpkin and in her hair. Her eyes are French knots, which my mom must have done because I don't know how to do a French knot to save my life, but there they are, right? And just got some buttons that I think I picked up at like Joann's or something a long time ago. So I love it. So I thought I'd pull that out because I just thought it was funny that Shannon showed this chart on her channel the other day. I was like, I've stitched that. I've got to show it. So here you go, Shannon. I stitched the Harvest Witch. I just thought that was fun. Another older finish, not quite as old. This is from another older magazine. This one's from 2008, just cross stitch. I stitched up this kitty cat. It's a Britter Cup Designs pattern. Erin from Steel City Stitchers has been stitching some of those designs as well. And so I wanted to pull mine out. I stitched it a few years ago and I framed it last year. So here it is. It's just in a simple frame that I got from like Michael's or something. I'm not loving, sorry, I don't want to give you any glare. I'm not loving the finish. I don't like all the blank space on either side of the cat. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take it out of the frame and re-FFO it as a pillow for my dough bowl. But I love it. It's so cute. I stitched it on, looks like maybe a 16 count oatmeal Aida. But it's such a cute, I just love the simplicity of the design. I like how the cat is just like an outline. It's not all the way filled in. I like the little pink heart on his little haunches there. So cute. So it's fun to kind of pull out some of those old charts and old things you've stitched and just see, you know, do we still like it today? Is it, I don't think those are really outdated. The Harvest Witch might be a little bit, but this one I think is so cute. I think this is kind of a timeless design. Okay, my final finish that I want to show you today is really special to me because it was a collaboration that I did with Liz Mathews from Liz Mathews. She asked me and some other Flosstubers and Instagrammers to help her out with one of her new designs that she's releasing for Expo. And when she asked me, I was honored and I couldn't say yes fast enough. Let me first show you her design and then we'll talk about it. So here is one of her new designs. It's called After the Rain. You can see it's a collection of these really bright and colorful, like boho style rainbows. And you can see all the different color combinations that she's got there. And so she had an idea for this pattern. She really wanted to showcase the versatility of the pattern by presenting different color conversions. But instead of her creating the different color conversions, she asked us to come up with our own color conversion, our own color palette. So she gave us the chart and said, what colors would you use? And so some of the color conversions that I've seen are so beautiful. She, like I mentioned Shannon a minute ago from Soda Stitcher, she did a color conversion. She did like a skin tone color conversion to honor the diversity in her family. She has several people of color in her family, so she wanted to create like a piece of diversity and inclusivity, which I thought was really cool. Julie from Kansas City Girl in Colorado World, she designed a really fun conversion. She stitched hers on like a chalkboard color fabric, and she did like pastels. So it kind of looks like when you go outside and little kids have been like drawing on the pavement with chalk. That's what it looks like. It's so pretty. Just so many pretty. I know Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch did a color conversion, and Kia B. I think Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. And so just to be included in that group already just like blew my mind. I was really honored. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then it came time for me to choose my color palette, and I've already mentioned several times, I'm not the type of person who's good at that. I'm not the type of person who would think to do that. I would get this chart, I would go and pull the floss colors that are called for, and I would just stitch it up how it looks, and I would be thrilled with that. So for me to have to come up with my own color conversion was a bit of a challenge, but it was an awesome challenge because again, Flosstube gets me out of my comfort zone. So here we are, I'm out of my comfort zone, And I think I did okay. I hope you think I did okay. So I did stitch up a little piece of this model. I didn't stitch the whole thing. I just kind of took like a chunk of 4 rainbows here, just to showcase my color conversions. And so here's my finished piece. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So you can see I've got some like bright yellows, I've got some oranges and mustardy colors. This one's actually like a rust color. It's coming across a little more like red. Some pinks, some blues, and I got a brown in there. And I stitched this on the same fabric that I stitched this on. So that's that Witchelt 32 count in the Mediterranean blue, Mediterranean sea, Mediterranean something. So yeah, I stitched it up. I really loved how it turned out. I love the simplicity of the design. So I really just wanted to I didn't want my finish to be very fussy because I wanted the design to be the focal point. And so I'm very pleased with that. I have actually been having it sitting on my shelf. In fact, I'm going to sit it here behind me so you can still see it. So that's what I stitched up. So let me show you my color palette and kind of talk a little bit about my thought process with that. Now, don't get too excited. There's nothing like groundbreaking or like amazing about my about my inspiration or anything. But I just went to Joann's and I was standing in front of the DMC floss, and I didn't really go in with a plan. I was just like, I'm just gonna like pick up whatever speaks to me. So I was literally just going in and like grabbing colors, like, oh, I love that one, that grabbed my eye. Oh, that's gonna look good with this color. And so I had like whole bunches of colors when I got home, and I just spent some time just grouping them in different groupings and looking at them and thinking about them. And I finally, after like days of just reconfiguring, I finally settled on this color palette right here. So there's 12 different DMC colors. I will put the numbers in the description box below, but I really liked this color combination. It really spoke to me. It really felt like very current for me as far as like, you know, seasonally, you know, being like kind of like the dog days of summer, we're leading into fall. These colors, you know, you got like the golds and the orange, you know, the rusty colors. Those are really like fall colors to me. But then you've got like these pinks and blues over here, and those kind of like feel summery to me. And so I just, you know, it was kind of like the changing of the season, kind of like those dog days of summer where, you know, you might have some really hot days, but then you might get up in the morning and there's a chill in the air, you know, something that makes you want to go grab a sweatshirt or a sweater and just cozy up with a nice steaming cup of coffee. So I liked the feeling that it evoked in me, seeing these colors together. And so that's where my color palette came from. Just the feeling of late summer, just transitioning into early fall. And fall is my favorite time of year. It's when my birthday is, so come on. So it just made me feel cozy. I loved this color combination. And I hope you guys will like it too. I just thought those colors all worked really well together. So I had a lot of fun choosing those. So Liz, thank you so much for including me in this project. I had a lot of fun with it. It really got me out of my comfort zone, but it felt so awesome to take a piece of ownership in this project and create something new using your beautiful designs. So best of luck to you releasing all of your new designs. I think this is going to go over well with Stitchers. I'm interested to see if other people come up with their own color conversions. That would be really fun. If you want to see all of the color conversions, go watch Liz's most recent video. She just posted a video yesterday, August 20th, with her mom, Kathy Barrick, and they showed all their new releases for Expo. So I've already placed a pre-order with my LNS because there were definitely some things I want to get for my own collection to stitch. So go check that out. She also sent out information in her newsletter. So if you're not subscribed to her newsletter, I believe that there's a link in her bio that you could follow to do that. So go check it out and support Liz because she is a beautiful human. She's awesome. Okay, fantastic. Let's move into my whips. Okay, so what have I been stitching? Let's start with this one. One of my favorites. This is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I've shown it to you before. I'm still working in this top block here with that little skeleton and the creepy haunted house and that grumpy moon up there. So let me show you where I'm at. Still in the Q snap because I'm still working on it. Here we are. I have finished the tombstones and the grass down here, got my skeleton and the words. We do lie beneath the grass. I put a little ghost in here, and now I'm working on the house, and I just have so much fun with this. I'm stitching this on a 40 count linen from Mystic Fabrics in the color Viteris. I just love the modeling in there. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like some greeny colors in here, which makes it look kind of spooky to me. So I love it. I'm gonna keep working on it, which is why it's still my Q snap. I am not going to finish this anytime soon, but I'm going to have fun making progress. So there we are. Okay, moving on. I am also stitching, let me grab something else here. Sorry, like I said, this is my second time filming, so I kind of threw all my stuff farther out. Oh, my next one is in my pumpkin bag. I got one of my own. And of course I got the Notions bag for all my flosses. I'm stitching, I just started this. This is a new start, by the way. I'm stitching Midnight Watch from Blackbird Designs. I saw this in Melly Ellie's Whip Parade on Flosstube. Hers looks lovely. So I was like, I gotta stitch this. Don't get too excited. I haven't done a whole lot yet. I just have a tiny start on that house. I'm a center starter. So I'm starting like right on one of the sides of this door here. So yeah, that's all I've got. That's all I've got. Nothing too crazy. It's interesting though, because the color that I'm using is more like a tan, beige, brown type of color, whereas the house in this picture is like gray. So I'm using the called for floss. I didn't change anything. So I'm guessing just the dye lot looks a little bit different. This design came out in like 2008, I think. So maybe the dye lots just look a little bit different, but I'm not sad about it. It looks cute so far, the little tiny bit I have. Got my new needle minder. I needed a fall needle minder, so I got the black fall cat from Flamingo Toes on Etsy. Love it. So I'm gonna keep working on this. This is actually the same fabric as this. I love that fabric. That's that 40 count Viteris from Mystic Fabrics. So I thought it would look good for this one as well. Okay, moving right along. Oh boy, sorry. Sticking with the Blackbird Designs, I am also stitching Away We Ride. I love this. I saw it stitched up at Keepsakes when I was there recently, so I knew I needed to stitch it myself. And so here's where I'm at so far. I'm working on, sorry, you can see through that. I'm working on the house. I'm in the middle of doing the door right now. I love the variegation in the color of the house itself. I am using all of the called for floss, mostly the fancy flosses, but the DMC conversion for the ones I couldn't get my hands on. I'm stitching this on 32 count Murky from Picture This Plus. And I'm using my new needle minder that I got at the Summer Stitch Day for Keepsakes. It says Keeps Peeps. It was designed by Rebel Stitcher for all of her Keepsakes friends, because she was local to us, but she recently moved away. So thank you, Colleen, for designing such a cute needle minder. Okay. All right, what else have I been stitching? Goodness gracious. Oh, my next one I'm keeping in my Cats on Bicycles bag from my mom's company. She does have some of these in stock in her shop. In here I keep my Lindy Stitches Stars Bright. I love this one. I've shown it before. I love those birds. I love all the colors. I love the saying. It says, we would be together and have our books, and at night be warm in our bed, together with the windows open and the stars bright. I am stitching this on a beautiful, vibrant Jody fabric that I purchased at StitchCon. Hold on a second. It's a little darker than I probably would have chosen, but once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it, so I had to use it for this chart. And I'm not sad about that. Gosh, sorry, that's a mess. So here's where I'm at. I've been working on the quilt squares around the outside edges. I have the top part of the words done, and now I'm starting on this bird over here. So that's where I'm at so far. Slow progress, but it is a very fun stitch. There is a lot of color changing, especially when you're working on those quilt squares, so it does seem to take a little bit longer. Sorry about all my frayed edges. I need to take care of that. That's messy looking. And I'm using my little Made to Create needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Love that one. As you guys know, Lindy Stitches is one of my favorite designers. She's got some really cool new releases coming out for Expo, so definitely go check her out. Love it. She's so quirky and fun. I love her designs. Okay, let's see. Next, in another Painted Leaf Company bag, this one was called Bees and Blooms. I am working on another one of my favorite designers, the Blue Flower. This one is called Huckleberry Farm. I love it. I love all of the little animals, the little bears, the little bird. I love the little bee scap up here. So beautiful. Like, there's so many things to look at in this chart. It's just so beautiful to look at. So I'm stitching it on a 40 count linen from Color and Cotton in the color Mocha. And sorry that my fabrics are so wrinkly. I don't iron anything before I show it to you. So here we are. I'm a center starter, so I started in the center there. I've got my butterfly, I've got this little motif here, and the bird, my huckleberries, and my little bear. So it's coming along. I'm making some progress here and there. I think it's pretty. I love it. The stitches are, this 40 count, the stitches are just so tiny and dainty. I love it. I'm a new 40 count stitcher. I just started stitching on 40 count at StitchCon, so I haven't been doing it very long, but I really like how tiny and sweet the stitches look. And stitching with one thread versus two is so much faster because you don't have to worry about how your stitches are lying. You don't have to worry about like railroading your stitches. So although it does take a little bit longer because sometimes the holes are hard to see, but it's fine. I really like how it looks. Okay, let's see what's next. I showed that already. Oh, here we go. A couple videos ago, I had shown you guys 2 charts from the Blue Flower that I was considering starting, and this was one of them, and you guys said definitely do this one. So I had started this. It's called Acorns by the Blue Flower. And if you recall from my last video, well, if you watched my last video, you saw that I had actually started it. I'm stitching it on a 36 count linen, but I did 1 thread over 2, and I didn't like the coverage. It just wasn't, the coverage wasn't enough. So I decided to frog it and restart. Now I'm stitching this on a 36 count linen from Mystic Fabrics in the color Lemongrass. So let me show it to you. So I had to restart. This one I worked on in the car on the way to and from taking my daughter to New York. So I've had a little time to work on it. Let me put it on my board here. Okay. And I am so glad I restarted it. I think it's looking so much nicer than it was. I like the coverage a lot better. Sorry, this isn't really laying flat. There we go. Liking the coverage a lot better. I love how bold all of the colors are showing up on this fabric. This fabric isn't, it's a little more green in person than it's showing up. Maybe if I hold it back here, yeah, you can see that a little bit better. So I finished the letters, and now I get to work on those adorable little squirrels and their little acorns and all the leaves and stuff. And then of course put the border around it eventually. So this has been a really fun stitch too. I love all those colors. beautiful. Yeah. Speaking of favorite designers and expo releases, I don't know if you guys have seen the Blue Flowers new releases, but they are gorgeous. She's got a new one called Moonlight Sampler that has all these adorable little animals on it. It's got a little owl, and I know it has a dog and a cat, and I cannot wait to get my hot little hands on that one. I'm gonna stitch it up, and it's gonna be beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's probably my favorite of her designs so far. As soon as I saw it, I contacted Keepsakes and I said, can you put that on my pre-order list, please? Thank you. Yes, I can't wait. Okay, a couple more to show you. I've been working on my SALs, my stitch-alongs. So this first one is from the Frosted Pumpkin. Well, they're both from the Frosted Pumpkin. And this one, I purchased the kit. So it's being stitched on the Ada that came with the kit. It's Picture This Plus Heartland in 14 count Ada. And I just love this. I love how brilliant the colors are. Now, up until yesterday, I was all caught up. But yesterday, where they released the final clue, it goes down here. So I'm really excited to get that stitched up and finished. And then I believe next month, they're going to give us the finishing instructions to turn this into a pillow. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to display this at Christmas time. I love that they made this a SAL. If they had just like released this pattern all at once, I would have been like, that's cute, but I am not stitching all that. That's a lot. But just having it all split up month by month over several months has made this a really manageable and enjoyable project. And I love it. I cannot wait to finish it. It's gonna be awesome. So hopefully when you see me again, I'll have the stitching all finished. So there's that. I'm also doing the Frosted Pumpkin Cozy Cafe SAL. I'm not all caught up on that. I am still working on the most recent clue, but I think another one's coming out soon. So I gotta crack down and finish this one. So this one features all the really cute drinks, right? We've got the mocha, we got the tea, the matcha, got the strawberry lemonade. Now I'm working on a sparkling water over here. I purchased the kit. This is the 28 count opal casual linen from Picture This Plus. And this is just a fun one too. This is gonna be so cute. So cute. So hopefully I'll be all caught up on this one the next time I see you too. I do like to try to stay current on my SALs. I don't like to get behind because it stresses me out. Okay. Oh, I think that was all my whips. Okay, fantastic. So that's what I've been working on recently. What have you guys been working on recently? I'd like to see, or I'd like for you to tell me. I hope you can't hear the lawnmower outside. My husband's mowing. He's probably gonna be finished in a minute, so I gotta hurry. So those are all my whips. I do plan on working on my SALs, getting those caught up. I know the final clue for Little Women, the Stitching Book Club, was released, so I wanna get that out and finish it. It would be fun to have that FFO before I see you next time, so maybe I'll try to get that done. So those are my tentative plans. What you guys are really here for is my giveaway, right? Yes. So it's time to give away these beautiful bags. Now don't fear if, oh gosh, I bent it, sorry. There we go. Never fear if you do not win one of these beautiful bags. My mom has them in her shop. She's got both of these in her shop, but supplies are limited, so don't dilly-dally if you want these, okay? She is working on some amazing new fabrics. And I think she just posted a sneak peek on her Instagram, on their Instagram today for their shop, Painted Leaf Company, so go check it out. And I'll be posting it on my Instagram as well. But here, let's get down to the winners of these beautiful bags. So our first winner of the bee bag, and you guys liked this one. There were 236 of you that wanted this. Our first winner is Barb Wykes. Congratulations, Barb. Wykes, spelled W-Y-K-E-S. If I can figure out how to put a picture in, I'll put it here. Otherwise, I'm gonna look really silly pointing at nothing. So hopefully there's a picture there. So Barb, if that's you, and that's your comment, contact me, give me your address, and I will ship this out to you. Okay, the next one I was giving away was the Beautiful Pumpkins bag. There were 208 of you who commented on this one and wanted this one. And our winner is Shelly Metfeld. Shelly Mattfeld, M-A-T-T-F-E-L-D. And again, if I can, I'll put a picture of her comment here. So Shelly, if that's you, please contact me. I'm gonna put my email in the description box, or you could contact me on Instagram, give me your address, and I will ship those right out to you. Now, if I don't hear from either of you ladies, I will be going to the next person on the list. So I did pick a couple of winners. So I do have somebody lined up after you guys if I don't hear from you, but hopefully I hear from you because I would like to get those bags out to you so you can start using them. Okay, fantastic. Well, I got that in under an hour. Awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I will not be doing a book talk today. I did read a book, but it's been almost 3 weeks since I finished it, so I'm a little fuzzy on the details. As I mentioned before, this is my second attempt at doing this video. And the first one, I really botched my book talk, so I'm not gonna try that again. There was just so much going on in the book that I read that I had a really hard time talking about it without giving any spoilers, and that's no fun. So I might just post like a mini review on my Instagram if you wanna see it. But I'm not gonna try to just freestyle talk about it here. Just because, like I said, I'm a little fuzzy on the details. I just haven't read a whole lot lately because I've been so busy, but I'm hopefully, now that I'm starting to get back into a routine, hopefully I'll get back to my reading and be able to do the book talk because you guys liked my book talk. Thank you. I got a lot of positive feedback about it. I will always keep the book talk at the end of my video. That way, if it's not your thing, you can just sign off and you won't miss any of the cross stitch. But for today, we're gonna skip it for today. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope all of your families are staying safe and healthy, and especially with people going back to school and everything. Yeah, so I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your comments. I do read all of the comments. As I mentioned, I was busy the last few weeks. I did not get to reply to all of the comments. I replied to some of them, but I read every single one, and I do give the little heart like thing to all of them. So I really appreciate all of your comments, and I read all of them. So thank you for taking the time to comment on my video and to show me that you enjoy my content. I couldn't do it without you guys, and if you guys weren't here watching, I would just be sitting and talking into the void. So thank you so much. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping to post another video by September 4th or 5th. So that's going to be about 2 weeks from now. And maybe if I ever get into a really good groove, maybe I'll do every week. But for now, we'll stick with 2 weeks. I think that'll be sufficient. So until then, happy stitching, guys. See ya.